because it's a series, it's a whole, cluster of emotions in one.
बट अगर मेरा आंसर आ ही नहीं रहा है, मुझसे सॉल्व ही नहीं हो रहा है, तो फिर मैं चाहूँ कि मैं तुक्का लगा लूँ, तो आई से rather not do that.
Hello everyone, this is Humaira Teli, Managing Director at Menangle Premed. I welcome you all to our Premed podcast. Menangle Premed is an absolutely free platform that is used by thousands of pre-medical students out there across Pakistan for their medical entrance test. Our first series, the AKU Dream, is dedicated to all the pre-med students who are really working hard and trying their best to get a spot at the Aga Khan University. Throughout this series, we have an amazing lineup of speakers who will be covering different aspects of the AKU test. That is, they will be sharing their personal experiences, what study resources they use, a comprehensive guide, how they navigated their stage 2 of the AKU test that really scares everyone out there. So hang in there. We'll cover various aspects of the AKU test, offering you a roadmap to achieving your goals. So I will now want Ilsa to introduce herself.
Assalamualaikum everyone, I am Ilsa, manager here at Menangle Premed. Now, if you're somebody who dreams of getting into the Aga Khan University, this video is for you. और आज के लिए we have two very exceptional guests with us, Ramesha and Abdul Rahman, who aced their Aga Khan University entrance tests and got into the Aga Khan University, which is the most prestigious medical schools, not just in Pakistan, but all over the world. So without further delay, I would love for our speakers to go ahead and introduce themselves and also tell us a little bit about how medical school has been treating them so far. So over to you, Ramesha.
Hey everyone, Ramisha here from AKU Batch of 2028. I hope you all are doing well. First of all, thank you Team Menangle for having me on board. I am currently 2 modules into med school and it has been hell of a ride.
Hi guys, I'm Abdul Rahman and I am a first year medical student at Aga Khan University. I would also like to thank Team Medangle for having me, myself, and Ramisha here. And if I were to describe med school in one word, I don't think I would be able to do so because it's a series, it's a whole, cluster of emotions in one. Sometimes it's exciting, sometimes it's very, very difficult to cope with stuff. So, yay.
All right, thank you so much, Ramisha and Abdul Rahman. We're very happy to have you here. Now, to kick off our discussions for today, I'd like Ramisha to begin with telling us about a little bit about the AQ test. Test का pattern किस तरह होता है? A brief overview of the syllabus, कौन सी book से पढ़ना है, and also touching a little bit upon the changes जो अभी recently 2024 में आए हैं. How should how people who are preparing for the test should, streamline their preparation according to the AKU SLOs and all of that.
Okay, so elaborating on the test mainly has two main portions, which are the sciences portion and the reasoning portion. They are further divided. The sciences includes all your 3 basic sciences, bio, chemistry, and physics. And then your reasoning portion has a math reasoning portion and a science reasoning portion. So there is a total of 100 questions, 50 for the reasoning and then 50 for your sciences. And for all of it, you have a total time of 2 hours. Now, another very important thing is that there is negative marking, but only in your sciences portion, and that is for each wrong question, they deduct 0.25 from your total. There is no such policy for the reasoning portion, however. Now, any specific changes that we talk about, so there are no very major changes that they have made, like even talking about the syllabus or anything, and even the test pattern, so nothing too big of a change. It's majorly all very much the same. You can access the practice questions and the practice they give a practice paper. It's available on their website, which actually tells how the entire pattern will be, and it has been the same for a lot of throughout the past years. It was the same for us and it's the same for you all. So that actually tells how the pattern is still being maintained for the upcoming year. And apart from that, a new thing perhaps is that they have uploaded a set of practice questions. So this is something new and this is something amazing that they have did. So there are almost 50 questions for each discipline, and by discipline, I mean separately for bio, separately for chemistry, physics, for these 3 only, not for the reasoning portion. So this is an amazing resource that they have provided it themselves, and it gives a good idea of how they're going to assess it. So this is something that can be really beneficial for people coming from board backgrounds like Sindh board or the other Lahore board, Punjab board, KPK boards, any board other than AKUEB, because the Aga Khan board students do have an idea of how they tend to test the students, but for other boards, it's really very different. And similarly for A-levels as well, because although the paper is still conceptual, but still there are a lot of differences that the A-level people are able to point out. So these practice questions are a good exposure to how the real test will be. And apart from that, talking about the syllabus. So again, on AKU website, they have uploaded the entire syllabus for the sciences portion. Syllabus is only given for the sciences portion. They don't give any syllabus for the reasoning portion. There is nothing specified, not even the topics for the reasoning portion. So I'll come on that later. First, talking about the sciences. So the syllabus is available on their website, and the syllabus is in the form of SLOs, learning outcomes, if I must say. So it means that they have given a chapter, and then within that chapter, they have told that which topic you have to do, and if that topic will be assessed not on basis of your knowledge, on basis of your understanding, or on basis of your application. So these are three different things. By knowledge, they mean that definitions or some sort of things like that, which come under the umbrella of rote learning, which will be assessed as it is they are for the book. And by understanding means that conceptual, your concepts will be assessed. And by application, it means that some kind of question like a numerical or some kind of an elaborated situation will be given to you, and you'll need to use your concept to move on to and find a result to the whatever problem they have given to you. So a thing to notice is that majority of the SLOs have been allotted and assorted under understanding portion. So that actually tells that how much weightage good concepts hold in the AKU test and how much importance or how much role they play in you acing the test. So I was going through the syllabus recently, yesterday or so, and I was actually really, it was really weird. It was not weird actually. I was amazed to see कि बहुत कम SLOs थे जिनको knowledge उन्होंने assort किया था. Like hardly I could count them. They were that less, and rest all were either understanding, which was a major portion, and then application के भी अच्छे खासे थे. But knowledge के astoundingly कम थे, बहुत ज़्यादा कम. So that again lays emphasis on how when they say that AKU will test your concepts, they actually really mean it. Okay, one last thing about this, that all the SLOs are directly from your Punjab textbook board books and your federal board books. So if you open your PTB, you'll actually find the chapters in the topic in in the same manner of list that they have been given in the syllabus on their website. But kuch thodi si discrepancies only in the sense that some topics might not be in PTB, they will be in NBF or vice versa, or some other book. But majorly NBF and PTB, this also tells that these two books should be your main resources. Next, moving on about the reasoning syllabus. So AKU has not specified any syllabus for the reasoning portion, and what we practice is through our experience, through the experience of the seniors and whatever tests have come to the past years. उनकी basis पे academies या online आपको papers मिलेंगे, practice papers. उनकी basis पे होते हैं. But another thing is that they are very basic. In the sense that the questions come are not really, अगर math reasoning है तो कोई ऐसा question नहीं आएगा जो बहुत ज़्यादा maths या statistics का कोई से कहते हैं ना ऐसा concept judge कर रहा हो जो शायद आपको तभी आता हो अगर आपने A levels में या आपने FSC में maths पढ़ी हो. They don't tend to ask such questions because of course they know that the people who will be applying come from a medicine background and pre-med background, and they highly likely they won't know how to solve such kind of questions. So the math that's tested is very basic, but for anyone who has not done, let's say O-level maths, or let's say metric math, I'll lay more emphasis on O-levels math because that's a bit more detailed, a bit more conceptual than your metric math. So if anyone who has not done that, it can be a difficulty to do those math reasoning questions. So uske liye again, practice ke liye padti hai. Same books hain, books going on O-levels ki, people use some other resources. We're going to talk about them later in the video. So it's not something really difficult, and it's not something to really, get afraid of. ऐसा कोई कॉन्सेप्ट नहीं जज करते वो, जो कि बिल्कुल ही आपको ना लाइक जिसके लिए आपको प्रॉपर ट्यूटरिंग की या ऐसी की जरूरत हो. Okay, now talking about the science reasoning portion. So, what happened last year was that whatever questions came in our science reasoning portion really overlapped whatever concepts were there in the actual sciences portion. Specifically speaking, so physics and bio mainly were very much judged in our science reasoning. But past papers में that had not been the case. General knowledge is judged, and it's really so you don't actually have any syllabus. And I really can't say, or we both really can't say कि अच्छा ये specific book है ये इससे कर लोगे तो reasoning हो जाएगी, because they haven't given anything. So reasoning is all about practicing again and again, and overall maths and sciences दोनों are just about practicing your concepts, because just because कोई syllabus नहीं है, so they can literally ask anything. They can, if you go through past papers or the region rated papers, so then you'll realize how at times you just go on and ask some random fact about the universe, which you like hardly people will know, but then you can't really blame them because उन्होंने तो syllabus दिया ही नहीं है.
So basically, I would like to add on to something that was previously mentioned regarding the paper pattern and how to give the paper. Paper में नहीं लिखना, मतलब paper जो question booklet होती है उसमें pencil pen कुछ भी use नहीं करना. They will cancel your paper. Do not do that. ठीक है? This is one major thing that you need to feed inside your brains and that memory. Okay. So I think Ramesha covered almost everything, not almost everything. She covered literally everything. So I'll just go over some things from my perspective. So coming from an A-level background, I think it was very difficult for me to even, open and look at those books, because matlab, it's very, it's very common for A-level students to not even use books for their CIs. They use notes, they use lectures, they use YouTube, they use various online resources. And for us as A-level students, I think it's very challenging to go through books. So this is something that needs to change, because this is something you need to do for the rest of your life now. You are choosing medicine, it's not a joke. So yes. So basically regarding science reasoning, no, not science reasoning, regarding the science section. So the concepts or the subjects that are tested are biology, chemistry, and physics, as Ramesha mentioned. And uske liye you should use the PTBs, the Punjab textbooks, and FTBs. Inko sahi se karna hai. Achha, so for AQU, I think everything is more conceptual. So I personally, I did not rote learn everything necessarily. I did rote learn some certain facts that were very much required. So like it's a lot about concepts. You have to play around with numbers. You have to play around with kahan cheez kahan se mix and match ho rahi hai. Because the questions, if you look at them, even if you go over the past paper, not the past paper, the practice paper that AQU has uploaded, it's not anything near to how other questions you may encounter for your MCAT practice would be like. So they will not ask you कि इसकी value जो आपकी pi की value थी वो 3.142 blah 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 वो क्या होती है. They'll ask you that सही है, अब ये circle है, इसके अंदर इस तरह से ये किस तरह से apply होगा, ये formula कहाँ से apply होगी, and how things go about that. So basically you need to understand the concepts, and not everything is dependent upon rote learning. For mathematical reasoning and science reasoning, Ramesha already mentioned that हमारे पास जो है कोई set syllabus नहीं होता है. So for that, I'd say you just have to practice, and you just have to be confident and understand and analyze. You need to be very critical about how and what you choose as your answer. ठीक है? And you really need to deduce it to like the most, to the point where it's literally right in front of you कि हाँ यही हो सकता है और कुछ नहीं हो सकता. Because the questions वो बहुत घुमा फिरा के देते हैं. Like Ramesha, I don't know if you can agree, but there were some really crazy questions in the science reasoning section, which I was
They
traumatized,
definitely were.
and I was
Definitely.
looking at that paper. I was like, oh no, अब मेरा क्या होगा? And then I think everybody around the hall was just tense, because it was so different from what we had practiced. So expect any and everything. ठीक है? They're not going to let you go without a challenge. This is like one big step, and you need to be very, very prepared for this.
And I just remembered how there was this one last question in the science teaching, and it required us to literally calculate like very, very petty values. And then just because the paper was so long, it was really like the nick of time, and you have to like do it. And at that time, it was so frustrating that why are they making us calculate these values? They could have given us. It was just like multiplication, and they were making us do multiplication, and we didn't have calculators. We had to do it on paper. So at times it gets really on your nerves, but
Yeah,
don't have a
the
choice.
actual test about ke up how precisely you can do it and within an allotted time. तो जैसे अब्दुल रहमान told के you are not supposed to write a lot on your papers, मतलब उधर वहाँ पे आप you cannot do a lot of working वगैरह. And I just got to know कि इस तरह नहीं करना चाहिए. I filled all my paper with the pencil. मैंने पता नहीं कहाँ working की हुई थी, side में, पीछे, आगे पीछे. And one of the invigilators came and said कि आपको यहाँ पे लिखना नहीं था. And it was just a very वो जो मुझे बाद में पता चला. So I'm glad that you shared this point, and our audience will now be more careful regarding this. So जैसे you all touched upon the syllabus, now we would really want you both to dive into the subjects के कौन से practice resources use करने हैं for when it comes to specifically the science subjects जैसे biochemistry and physics, what resources that you used and how you actually practiced. Because अगर देखा जाए तो हर किसी के पास सेम अमाउंट ऑफ नॉलेज है, जैसे हर किसी ने वो किताबें पढ़ी हैं जो आपने पढ़ी थी, ठीक है. सो व्हाट टू एग्जैक्टली स्टडी एंड हाउ टू स्मार्ट स्टडी, क्योंकि हर कोई, मैं भी किताबें वही पढ़ सकती हूँ जो आपने पढ़ी हैं, बट हाउ टू एफिशिएंटली लर्न दोज थिंग्स दैट यू डिड. आपने किस तरीके से उसको पढ़ा. तो आई वुड रियली वांट रमीशा टू फर्स्ट गो अहेड एंड देन विल follow up with Abdul Rahman.
Okay, so I'll talk about the sciences portion. So again, PTB. PTB is like the key of to like ace it, to like complete the entire syllabus. I'd say make Punjab textbook your priority for biochem and physics, like all of that. और पहले पीटीबी करो और पीटीबी इतनी अच्छी कर लो कि you know everything from PTB. And by saying that, I don't mean कि हर लाइन को रट्टा लगाना है. I just mean that you should know all your concepts, and you should know all the concepts mentioned in the book, how they are applicated, what kind of questions can come and everything. So make PTB your first priority in every way. After that, move on to NBF, and कहीं ना कहीं federal book जो है वो साथ साथ आ जाती है, because there are certain concepts that have not been mentioned in Punjab textbooks. So वो भी important है. So I say keep your SLOs open all the time while you are studying, which it like you know makes you keep yourself in check. Because अगर SLA नहीं होता ना, so highly likely होता है, just because a lot of people, and it's like very common knowledge कि अच्छा पंजाब textbook board जो है ना वहां से syllabus SLOs design किए हैं. So people tend to just go through all the books, the entire PTB, and then they miss out on some points, because SLO को अगर आप गौर से पढ़ो ना तो you'll actually see how there are certain topics that are not at all in PTB. There's like no mention of those topics. At times कोई topic ऐसा भी होगा जिसका PTB और NBF दोनों में कहीं mention नहीं होगा. You'll either find it in some A-level book, or you'll find them in some other board book, probably Sindh or KPK book. You'll find them. ऐसा नहीं है कि वो आपको कहीं मिलेंगे नहीं. The topic will be there in all the board books, might or might not be there in the A-levels book. So PTB priority with your SLOs open, so that you know what you have to do from PTB, what you not have to do from PTB. Then go towards your NBF. PTB or NBF, PTB karo, then go towards your NBF, do it. Take it side by side, do in whatever way you are comfortable in doing. I'd say consider your A-levels books a third priority, because there are a lot of topics, there are a variety of topics. For example, kingdoms के जितने भी topics हैं, so in PTB there are like a good 5 chapters on kingdoms, one for each kingdom. And there was no mention of kingdoms in A-levels books, and until last year there wasn't. So अगर आप A-levels की books को अपनी priority बना लोगे, so you'll be majorly missing out. So that's why I'm saying that even for A-level students, आपने A-levels की books तो पढ़ी हुई हैं. So open your PTBs, start reading them, leave your A-levels books for a while, and then in the end, review them. Same goes for the other board students as well. जिन लोगों ने Punjab board, who belong from Punjab board or who belong from the Aga Khan board, they are on a leverage. They have already been studying these books, which is like a huge leverage if you take benefit from it, of course. So again, even if your main book in your boards in your FSC was PTB, don't think कि अच्छा PTB तो पढ़ी हुई है, अब मैं NBA की अब मैं A levels book कर लेती हूँ. So a lot of people also have this misconception that just because AKU test your concepts, AKU A levels की books में से आएगा. So बहुत सारे FSC के बच्चों को मैंने ये mistake करते हुए देखा है कि वो A levels की books पढ़ लेते हैं and they consider their books a second priority, which is like a big mistake they make because A levels books don't even have half the syllabus. Even though पढ़ा हुआ है उसको दोबारा पढ़ो, 1000 दफा पढ़ लोगे ना कम होगा. Because whenever the questions are coming conceptually, you never know how twisted the question can be. So that's about the books. Apart from that, practice papers are available. MedAngle has amazing practice papers for AKU tests specifically. Go through them because practice की resources आपके पास इतनी ज़्यादा नहीं होती हैं for A levels. A lot, like all academies and everything, majorly focus on MCAT. You'll get huge books of notes, huge books of practice questions for MCAT. But for AKU, it's difficult to find them. So if these amazing websites are giving you that opportunity, avail them. They are, MedAngle has them for free, all of them. And some other websites are paid. They are not much, it does not really cost that much. Agar AKU test clear ho jayega, so nothing costs, nothing is costlier than that. So I said don't take any chances, do all the resources that have been given to you. There are not a lot of resources. And don't waste your time. Study wisely. जैसे कि Abdurrahman previously mentioned that he did not rote learn every nitty-gritty that was mentioned in the book. That you might have to do for MCAT, but that's the difference between MCAT and AKU tests. That AKU is not going to ask you the value for basic constants, specifically talking about physics. So physics की PTB में तो हर जहाँ constant आता है वहाँ साथ में एक table बना होता है, which has like a value of that constant for every element present in this world, and it's just crazy if you're gonna start memorizing that, because it'll just be a waste of your time. Rather spend that time in solving numericals that involve that constant. Constant की value AKU test में आपको मिल जाएगी, unless or until it's a very very basic thing. I can give an example for that. For example, in the Coulomb's law for physics, there's a constant K. So that is something that we memorize. That is a very like a constant that you have been using to the extent that आपने memorize कर ली होती है.
Or maybe
You
for
know
that
for
matter, Avogadro's number होता है for moles, so they don't generally
Yes.
use that number.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Avogadro's number is something that is very very common. Now ये होना चाहिए कि you analyze and you know आप ये differentiate कर सको कि कौन सी value important है या कौन सा fact important है, because there are some facts that you might need to know, but there are certain facts that you do not need to know at all. They are, I'd say they are least likely to give scientific name of an organism and then say कि अच्छा ये इसका common name बताओ. But then they might ask that okay, what's the concentration of oxygen in the human body? Because it, you know, the weightage or like कितनी important वो information है as a medical professional. You have to weight according to that. So I'd say that's all. And another one last thing I'll mention, that you can't wing it. You can't look your way through it. It's like it's not possible to do that. So for sciences, there is negative marking. Do not just mark anything. It'll, if any, I have seen people who put it amazing papers and then they were like, हमने तो कुछ नहीं छोड़ा, तब mark किया है, and जो नहीं आ रहा था ना उसका तुक्का लगा दिया, but like वो mark किया. It can backfire, like badly it can backfire. It's safe to leave because when you are leaving, you're actually just, you know, leaving 1 mark. But if you are marking it wrong, you're actually wasting 1.25 because they're going to negatively mark it as well. So don't, it's until, okay, ऐसा question है कि I think so, कहीं मैंने पढ़ा था, back of the mind आ रहे मेरे दिमाग में, यार B हो सकता है, B हो सकता है. I think कि मैंने ना ये पढ़ा था. Okay, do it. Mark B, even if you're not sure. But then they're sure about, नहीं, physics का question है, formula ही नहीं पता क्या लगाना है. कुछ नहीं आंसर नहीं आ रहा, so then don't just mark anything, rather leave that question. And but again इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि सारे क्वेश्चन छोड़कर आ जाओ, सॉल्व करो, हो जाते हैं क्वेश्चन सॉल्व, बार बार सॉल्व करने की कोशिश करो. आई रिमेम्बर देयर वाज दिस वन क्वेश्चन इन फिजिक्स and I solved it good 5-6 times again and again, and it was a really lengthy question and I was getting so frustrated doing that, and in the end aa gaya tha answer, exactly aaya tha, the answer was very close to one of the values given in the options. And then I said कि okay, if my answer is coming this close, क्योंकि question में decimal दिए हैं, there is like a huge chance I might have made some little error in the calculations. Then I marked close option was, but there was a very, very minor difference between them. So this time, but again behind that there was some logical explanation that I did my calculations, my answer was really close to one of the options. But अगर मेरा आंसर आ ही नहीं रहा है, मुझसे सॉल्व ही नहीं हो रहा है, फिर मैं चाहूँ कि मैं तुक्का लगा लूँ, तो I'd say rather not do that. That's all from my side.